But I didn't fancy 4 months of my life. Every day with, we have to get the sequence of words in order. Guz, we've done this 14 times and you've not delivered the line correctly. I'm not that guy. Leave that to them, man. There.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What are you saying though, bruv?
What are you saying?
I've been trying to get you on this podcast, you know, bruv.
You know how much kids I got. You know how much kids I got, man.
I've been trying to get Guz, you know.
No, I'm here for you anytime.
No, I appreciate
But
that.
how am I here? Me and you communicate through voice notes randomly, middle of the night.
That is true.
I remember the first time I met you.
When was the first time we met?
First
I was
time-
thinking of this today, you know, on the way here.
I still remember the first time I met you, yeah?
Did I meet you at a comedy show?
No.
Did I meet you on
Wasn't a comedy
TV?
show. Not TV, yeah? So you had a high top as well, yeah? You
Yeah,
was
high
like,
top
"Twing,
era."
twing,"
Yeah.
yeah? And man did a twing, twing, yeah? And bro, I remember I was in London. There was bare packs in the car as well, yeah? Because at these times, this wasn't like my comedy career was going well, yeah? You know, all the mans are like, if you go London, but they gotta be careful, motherfuckers are dangerous there. So the car's full of packies, yeah? And I walked into this restaurant to see Tez.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
Kay was there. But I remember meeting you and I remember thinking, your energy's fantastic.
Oh, big up.
Because you know, like I think something that God's given me is that I can tell if someone's energy's off with me, and I mean at a corporate level or a street level or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I remember me and I was like, oh, that's a very sincere brother. Then you find out this guy is hilarious.
Oh, big ups,
and
man.
you know, I think your clips had maybe gone viral at the time. And I remember me, it's funny.
Yes, yeah.
It's very funny, and I'm always drawn to that because I fluked it, right? You have to remember my journey in this industry.
How well would you say you fluked it though?
I put a clip into the world, man.
Yeah.
At nearly 30 years old,
Yeah.
3 kids, trying not to return to Rhodes because his
Yeah.
teaching thing is shit.
Yeah.
It's dead
Because you was a teacher, that was your thing, innit?
for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I know that was really good for TV. It was a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
Isn't wonderful? Isn't he like Ramesh? It's a good story, bro. It's a good story, bro. So that's what they ran with. I was fighting for my life in that school.
Yeah.
I was having kids have straighteners to sort out their problems. I was sticking it on teachers because they were looking at me like, you're not meant to be here. And to be fair to them, I wasn't. I didn't know anything about curriculum.
Yeah.
Mo, when I became a teacher, Amreen, my wife of 15 years, I've known this woman 21 years, she looked at me, she said, you got me pregnant twice. I'm having another one.
Yeah.
You better do something with your life that keeps you out of the bin. Because all our friends, she had family members, everyone's going away. She's like, do something. And I was like, I did get a degree. Teaching sounds sensible. It sounds like what a dad does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Let me do it.
Yeah, teaching, yeah.
And so it took me I was fighting for my life, bro. I was every day turning up to school like, this is not good.
Swear.
This money is shit. I had an E39 M5 when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here listening to, sir, I ain't done my homework. Fuck, I got this now." This is rubbish, bro. It's rubbish.
It's mad because I feel like when most people are teachers, they say, oh, I loved it, man. And the students.
Kids are funny.
Yeah.
But I was a fraud, bro.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
What did you teach?
Anything.
I'm sitting there thinking, what's your subject though? Like,
Mo, anywhere there was a fire,
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of behavioural, they sent me there.
yeah.
A-level biology. What does man know about that? I don't know nothing, bro. I was there. That's it. Read the book. Read the syllabus, boys.
So would you? I feel like you was a cool teacher though.
What I was very uncomfortable is like, you know, relationship that you have with a young person, it can go many ways. I was like, there's lots of people here who are communicating with these people in different ways. I just saw kids that reminded me of me and my lot. So this area that I taught in Coventry is called Wood End. It's notorious. It's notorious mostly for white working class kids living in like social housing for many generations. This is very different to the side of Cov we're from, where it was Caribbean, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Indian, Irish on that side of the city, and over them sides there, and like, there was always like, oh, don't go there, don't go there. So I'm teaching these kids, and it's the first time I really, in my adult life, realised, oh, white kids got it hard too. Right? We knew the white kids from our ends, but it was different, Mo, because they're eating roti in our house, they're eating salan in our house. Mum speaks a bit of Punjabi. Eid comes, send gifts. Christmas comes, send gifts. This is a part of the city where when we were around, it was very alien. And I'd never taken time to realise, oh, there's poverty on a next level scale in a white majority area. And it blew my mind, bro, because they got all the same problems as we did. They got all the same issues. They've got all the same worries, aspirations, but I was embarrassed, bro. I remember being like, that was mid-20s when I was teaching, mid to late 20s, and I was thinking, I've gone nearly 27, 28 years of my life not realising, oh shit, life's hard for everybody. Do you get what I mean? And so that really set home to me because, and also in that environment, I was seeing stuff that I hadn't seen before, which is one of my students, and you grow to like really be a big brother or even a parent figure, loco parentis. When your parents not around, I'm a step in. And I was seeing people who were like in their teens getting pregnant and having children. That didn't really happen on our side of the city, bro. Right? So I'm seeing like something, I'm looking at, there's a little baby, like it's year 10. Year 9, there's a baby here, bro. And the baby's having a baby, but she was used to it because her mum was very young when she had a kid. So it really just opened up my mind and made me feel embarrassed that, oh my God, life is hard for everyone. It's crazy.
I was quite fortunate in London that I grew up in a very working class estate. You get to see bits of wealth that are not far. Do you know what I mean? So you can go down a road which might be, I don't know, Camberwell, and you go down a road and you're like, right, look at these houses. This is wealth. We go Dulwich Village. We could see it. We could also be around like children that you're like, you know, you'd be like, hang on a minute, you guys go on holiday every year. And it's not like in our head it was the glamorous holidays. We're thinking like, right, would you go Florida, Disney World? They're like, no, we go south of France. And you're like, oh wow. But that's like old money.
Yes.
But the kids weren't dressed in new money. Do you know what I mean? So we had like our Nikes on and whatnot. They used to have this brand called Sika. You remember that brand?
Sika's a Bible
Cica, I think it was. Yeah. So that they would wear those and we would want the LA Gears and stuff. And I think that was my first, like, I think the first time when I was one in school, in primary school, and being like, oh, I think we're the poorer kids. Like,
so that's your first point of realization there?
Yeah, because when we go to their house and you see these, you know, it's only until like you're in a house and it's a big townhouse and you're like, oh, right, there's bare levels in this house. You man got 5 levels. Like, you got a drum kit in your house. That used to blow my mind, bro. One kid on the drum kit, bro. I said, let's play the drum kit, bro. He said, oh, I don't know, let's go outside and play some worms and stuff. I said, well, I want to play the drum kit, man. Play the drum kit, bro. But it was the realization we was like, oh, right, like, we have this sense of community, though. But we are the poorer kids. We just didn't know it. Do you know what I mean?
To follow off exactly what you just said, me and my wife were discussing this week. In the pursuit of like social mobility, going from like what life was like. So I was raised by my mum, my 2 sisters. My dad died when I was 3. Yeah. So no man in the family. Money, like there was always food on the table, but I could see how hard my mum was working as a Pakistani woman in them days to just put bread on the table. Yeah. And I looked at my wife, and I'm with the kids, and we're at the airport, and I was saying to her like, we've been working to get to this point where life financially is nowhere. It's not even comparable to what our lives would have been like growing up, right?
Yeah,
both of us. Alhamdulillah, where we are, thank God. Where we are now is so different. But what's happened in that journey is with my kids, I see everything in my kids that they don't even know what they're missing out by Fat Sajid not knocking on the door at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. Or you don't come outside, I'm hungry, man. Tell your mum send some food. Yeah? And he's 6, and I'm looking at Fat Saj like, cause leave it out. And he's like, I'm hungry. My mum said, no more food. I've done the food today. They're not even gonna have a Fat Saj, Mo, because they go to good schools with well-established friendships, and their mum's vetting who their friend. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
My mum never vetted who my friends are.
Yeah.
Mad guys turned up at the door, and mum was like, "Yeah, you behaving? Yes, auntie."
Yeah,
that's it.
But also, do you know what? It's the thing of like knowing that their dad is on TV. That is a different flex as a child, where you're like, "What did your dad do?" Oh, my dad, he's a builder, property. That's what he does. Even though they come from money or whatever, but you know that kids will, you know, they might go to the building site, put the hat on and the high vis and stuff. But knowing you're like, yeah, like my dad was on. Like Live at the Apollo, like you can Google him, he comes up and that's him. That flex as a child must be a different flex. And it's growing up knowing that you're like, yeah, look, you know, you being out in the public and people coming up to you and be like, yo, you saying, guys, is this your kids? Hello, you're all right, and just even seeing like how people in the public would respect you when you're with your kids, knowing that who you are. And I remember seeing that with my dad when, you know, my dad wasn't famous or anything, but everyone knew him.
He was well known,
Yeah, but seeing that as a kid is just like, you know, people going up to my dad, what you saying, Rash, you all right? Yeah, man, big up your thing, bruv. Is this little man? Hello, little man, you all right? And I'm like, oh, bruv, eh? Do you know what's crazy, yeah? My dad used to live in Brixton, innit?
Yeah.
I used to go to my dad's every weekend, and we lived in Campbell, and I'd walk. I'd always walk.
How far is that walk? How far is that walk?
And the walk was like, you go through Ruskin Park, through the back of Cold Harbour Lane and stuff, go through Angel Town Estate. And this was very normal for me because I'd be like, I'm just going to go to my dad's, innit? Do you know what I mean? My dad had a flat there, go to my dad's. And I never knew how bad the area was until I got older. And one time, me and my dad, when I was at my dad's in St. Lucia, I was just like, hey, Dad, you know, like, it's crazy, like, how, like, I used to probably, like, just fully walk, like, to your house when I was, like, 13, you know, and no one would trouble me. He's like, yeah, because everyone knew that I was your dad, innit? So there's me thinking, right, I'm untouchable, bro. I can walk through the estate.
You're walking around like bloody Superman. And Pops is like, yeah, just...
I remember I go to his house every other weekend, you know, because I used to play football when I was younger, innit? Yeah. So sometimes I might go to my dad's, he'll give me a little change and whatnot. And then I used to always be like, right, boy, no one troubles me.
What's this A-Town? What's back then? You didn't care. Well, Pops had you covered. When you was a kid and people, like, because I never had that. My dad had passed away, bless him. So when people recognize, did you have like a sense of pride? Were you proud, like, yo, that's my dad, that he's getting recognized? Or was it just...
Yeah. Because I used to be shy. Well, as a kid, I was quite shy. So seeing people go up to my dad, like other Rastas, especially within that Brixton area, Brixton, Stockwell, and then be like, oh, he's saying, yeah, all right, yeah, man, yeah, man, it's my son. And then when it was probably when I went to St. Lucia and people were coming up to my dad and they were like, oh, that's your son. And they were like, oh, wow, nice to meet you. You know who your dad is? And I'm like, what? What's this? Like? And he was like, everybody knew him in St. Lucia, innit? So that was just like a different level because now, like, I'm much older. I'm in my 20s. So it was like, oh, bro, like, this is cool. Because people thought we was brothers because we look alike as well, innit? And that was the feeling of like, oh, wow, that's a sense of real pride there. Do you know what I mean? Which is interesting, where pride, I think, sometimes can come from when you're young and when you first see it. Yeah. You're quite prideful of being from Coventry. Like, you're very, like, I feel like you really put Coventry on the map.
Yeah, because...
Do you know what I mean?
Because well, there was, like, Coventry City Football Club. After they got dipped out the Premier League...
Yeah.
There was nothing. I know there's been, like, historical music stuff, but that historical music stuff is not connected with I would say, anything of the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Nothing. So what's a city like Coventry? It's slap bang in the middle of the country. It's where all the Brummies send their food to be a little bit safe because Brum's hot. Yeah? Okay. I'm talking about drugs, weapons, human beings. Like human trafficking from Brum to Coventry as your safe spot before you then put people out to work. Coventry is something you can drive past and not even know, but has always been quite a dangerous place.
Is it?
Yeah, and Coventry was unique because growing up, I'd go to other places, even in the West Midlands, and it felt different. But in Coventry, you had families from very early on. So my earliest memories are being from a family where my uncles came from Pakistan and they married 2 white Irish women. It's quite unheard of at the time. Man, bored up in the flares. Hello, darling, what's going on? I don't know what they said. I don't know what they said to my auntie, but it was something like that because that's how the accent was coming. Hello, baby. Yeah. So they drew these women. Yeah. My aunties married them. My cousins are half Pakistani, half Irish. Yeah. My mom's best friend, Auntie Eunice, Jamaican. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her grandkids, her daughter, and our friends across the road, our family across the road. You've got Jamaicans who are speaking Punjabi and Urdu.
I swear.
So to me, when I'd go other places, I'd be like, "Oh, assalamu alaikum, theek hai, yara theek hai," and the man would be like, "You're right, you're right." So the Coventry is very unique for the types of people that were there. Like, big up those families. I'm not going to mention their names, but big up those families. Like they're real pillars of our community. So growing up, I always wanted people to see Cov because I was like, we got mad like relationships and situationships going on in Coventry, and I just felt it wasn't like that anywhere else in the country, really.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've got our own accent. We've got poverty is. People use that word in a really negative way. If me and you, I'm gonna include you in this because I know you're in the same position. If me and you weren't in a position where we knew if we don't make it, no one's coming to save us.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here, bro. Do you get what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I'm not inheriting no money from nobody.
Yeah.
Mommy and daddy aren't going to, give us any money for a deposit on a small property.
There's no heirlooms.
Nobody's coming.
No one owns their property. It was a luxury if someone had a car back in the day. That was like, right, you drive, you got a car.
Yeah.
And if someone did drive, it's funny because I used to go Cardiff a lot. So people who did drive had a car.
What was you going Cardiff for?
It's my granddad's for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when my granddad first came over here, he settled in Cardiff. So I got bare family in Cardiff.
Wow.
Innit? Big Jamaican community, Bangladeshi community, Somalian, and Chinese community in Cardiff. Big up Grangetown. That's where my granddad was from. But it's interesting because people would have a car, but they had no license. Mm-hmm. That was very, very common. Seeing that was like, oh, Russ, everyone's got a car. You got a car? Yeah, come on, I'll drop you there. Yeah, I'll pick you up from the station. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, you ain't got no license. Like, you ain't got no license.
Bro, I remember when I got pulled, yeah? And he had a van full of kids. They were going back and forth from mosque. And the police pulled him. They're like, they weren't bad. The police weren't bad to him. But I just remember he did have a license. And instead of like trying to do it, they said to Rock, can we have a look at your ID, please? And he had ID. Can we have a look at your license, please? And instead of like, you could have come with any number of excuses, didn't it? Man went, what's the license? He said, bro, that was his excuse. They went, wow. And he couldn't believe it. I remember we said, we're fucked, man. Everyone's going back to Pakistan. We're finished here. Yeah? He goes, what is the license? Nobody told me. And they're like, so you're driving? Yeah, I don't know what is license, man. That was his excuse, bro. And it was so commonplace. I think they let him off, to be honest with you. But like, it was so commonplace, like you said, that I don't know. I just feel like my kids are going to miss out on this. Your kids are going to miss out on this too. They're never going to have a friend whose dad or is taking them around somewhere. They don't have a license. Me and you will flip. What do you mean his dad didn't have a license? You're never going to be friends with that kid again. Bro, growing up, it was like I wouldn't be the person I was if it wasn't for experiences like that, innit?
It's crazy because there's no mobile phones as well, you know? Nothing. So you can just play out where your parents don't know where you are, but they know you'd come back.
You come back.
It's mad, isn't it? So what? Like you? So you was a teacher.
Yeah.
Grew up in Coventry, and then you were saying that like you posted a video online. I feel like I remember that video.
Pakisaurus.
Yeah. That was so funny. I think so. When I met you in this restaurant, then I think that was the first thing I said to you because I had seen the video. Yeah. So was you doing videos before that, or was that just a one-off?
2, 3.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if I ever explained before. Like we were all nearly 30. Me, Haroon, my best friend from childhood. Lumbu, my other best mate from childhood.
That's the one who's in the video.
Yeah,
I met him before.
Yeah, you met Lumbu, yeah. So these are my childhood guys. And you get into this age where I had 2 kids, I had another one on the way. Haroon had a little one, and you're just like evaluating like, what is this? And Haroon, thank God, alhamdulillah, he's a practicing Muslim, so he was always like, don't go back to a lifestyle that will take you away from what's really important in life. And I love Haroon for this. But then what? I'm not going to do this teaching anymore. It's killing me, right? It's killing me.
Yeah.
There's no money in it. There's no progression in it. I'm not good at it. Like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Yeah? I knew what I was good at. And he goes, you always made everybody laugh. You got to show people that you can make them laugh. And I was like, what does that mean? Imagine someone says to you, Mo, you're brilliantly funny. Go and show them. What?
Yeah.
Knock on someone's door and tell them jokes, bro. What's the process? What's the process?
Yeah.
And at that time, I want to say it was Vine. Maybe Vine was popular at this time. And I was like, oh, people are just turning their phone around. That's probably the easiest way. I turned the phone around and I did the first, wallahi, bro, the first, and maybe one of the first 2 or 3 clips I ever did went on to a local West Midlands news, BBC West Midlands news. And they were like, who are you? What do you do? And I remember feeling so weird about it at first, bro, because I was like, I didn't even know what this is. I like attention in this sense, fame. Everyone knows from the ends, but this is different. Now you've got some uncle you've seen on West Midlands News for 20 years pulling up at your place of work, your house, saying, can we do an interview quickly? I find it really funny, that clip you did. So how did you go performing arts school? No. Did you stand up? No. Like, there's nothing. So I felt very vulnerable because I'm just saying stupid stuff, funny stuff, and now it's getting traction. So within a short period of time, I put Pakisaurus up, and that's where the world changed for me, bro, in that sense. Joe Lycett, big up Joe Lycett.
Yeah.
He reached out and he goes, so do you do stand-up comedy? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. And everything snowballed from there. But I'm so glad, one thing, and you mentioned I'm so glad I stayed in Coventry. If I didn't stay in Coventry, when it comes to stand-up, I think the only thing I'm good at is crowd work. I'll go out and I'll do it.
No, you're good at crowd work. I think I seen you when you hosted Live at the Apollo one time. Yeah, I think, and I remember watching you. And I think that's like the first time I'd really see you do stand-up. Yeah. Because we've always done a lot of TV stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seeing you do stand-up and the way you had the crowd, and I feel like you lifted the crowd as well.
Yeah, because they always put me on Apollo when at the end of a night, and they've done 2 back-to-back shows. Them slots that are a bit And I remember doing it, and I remember thinking, I'm not very good at sitting down and writing jokes. It's not what I do. I do everything instinctually, right?
Yeah.
And if I'd have moved to London more, everybody would have said to me, I mean, like agents, managers, other, you get into this comedy world.
Yeah.
Guys, you've got to sit down right now. Guys, Gelly knows what I'm talking about. Because you've got to sit down and write bloody now, mate. You can't just... Come on, mate. You right? That's what they say. But, bro, Mo, little did they know. The last Apollo that I did on my tour, and I went out, and it was like... It was really easy, 45 minutes of crowd work. You put the mic back, and you walk back, and then Lumbo was there, and another couple of guys are there. And I remember thinking, bro, if I'd have killed myself... saying I've come to right now here, I would even be on this stage, would I? Yeah. Because I'll be second guessing myself. This words ain't good enough. Oh shit, man, where's this journey? Where's this track? Bro, people come because they want to laugh. Yeah. For me, Kane is the best crowd work guy in this whole country. And when I saw Kane do it, I'm like, imagine Kane gets dragged into the BBC offices or Channel offices that me and you get dragged in. They're like, right, I know, we've seen it. It's great. But why take out the things that someone's good at? Isn't it?
I think it's interesting you say that, because I feel like sometimes whenever you get into a space where you're like, I'm in the room now. Yeah. What happens? And sometimes they have an idea for you for what they're like, well, this worked for this person and it can work for you. When you're like, no, but that's not what got me in the room. You like those clips that I was doing that were quite silly. Yeah. So now to turn this into one thing, it's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I was doing Latest show and I got to choose my production company, and I'm sitting there with some of these production companies, and I never forget one company we went into, and it was just like, I said, look, I've got this idea for this show. It's going to be at 10 o'clock, Channel 4, shiny show. I had an idea in my head already. Yeah. And my idea was always like, I want it to look like an American show, innit? Band.
Gravitas,
come
energy,
out,
yeah.
Red tear. And this one guy was like, I'd like to really destruct the geezer. Let's rip it up, start again. Who is Julie? Like, who is she? Like, the couple of cans, does he ever get the cans? Does he not? I'm thinking, brother, you think that's what I want to do, bro? He just said I can have a show
That's so
at
funny,
10 o'clock on Channel 4. And now you want to do this artsy show. Because it was like,
who's Julie?
Bro, that's what I sat
That's
there.
the show, bro. Who's Julie?
The maddest thing is I sat there and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm very honest, innit? When
Yeah, you have to
sometimes
be.
the problem is sometimes I think I'm too honest because I'm just like, I don't think that's what I want to do. He's like, well, what do you want to do? And I remember saying, I was like, well, I want to come out wearing a suit and just have a band that are black and they're just going to vibe with me.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay. What about the keys and stuff? And I was like, well, I don't know, man. We'll figure that later, but I'm trying to come out wearing a suit in it.
Bro.
Oh, man. Have you ever had those kind of moments? Because it's like, I know what you're saying where it's like, once you get the success of, doing the videos and you do stand up, but once you get in the room, because I know you go to LA and stuff a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been sacked from these places as well. I go there and I get sacked from these jobs.
Yeah,
because much like yourself, one thing, maybe it's age, right? So nearly 30 is when we stumbled into this. I'm a big man, bro. I got three kids. Yeah? I know who I am. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't need somebody to say, so, dinosaurs, let's join with Attenborough and venture on a just show, man. You don't know what it is, right?
Yeah.
So I remember, and I get a lot of trouble, like whether it's social media or in real life, because if I see something, sometimes I'll be right, sometimes I'll be wrong. No, every human being is not infallible. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to make mistakes. Man Like Mobeen, I did a pilot. They commissioned it. Mo, wallahi, bro, this is my first few months in the industry. Now they've commissioned me a show. I'm here thinking this is normal, number one.
Yeah.
Because no other picture gone like that ever since then. Let me tell you that.
When it happens quick, you're like, it must be like this.
It's like every day.
That was like latest show. It got commissioned. I said, right, boy.
It's fast, man.
It was 18 months granted, but all right, cool.
Bro, I did it, and the pilot comes. And the pilot is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. I watched it, Mo. I was angry with myself. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's been commissioned. Good news. I'm vexed. I took Lumber with me, yeah? I'm that angry. I took my best mate with me to the meeting. He didn't have nothing to say. He just came to the meeting and sat down as well.
Yeah.
And they said, it's really exciting, and so we're going to develop these guys. Excuse me, stop. This pilot is shit. I hate it. I said, it's cheesy, it's corny. I want to start again. The next man, who's the head of the production company, Mo, sat in front of me. Man said, what do you mean it's been commissioned? And I was like, I know it's been commissioned, but decommission it. I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not doing it. Decommission it. Take it away, man. Reverse it. Give it to Lolly at the Fopi. Whoever's got their comedy show, give Lolly at the Fopi, man. Give it to her instead. Oh, bro, this week, stressed. He says to me, what's your problem? I said, this is nothing like I want it to be, bro. And then I explained what I wanted it to be like. And I said, I just need the trust to make it what I want it to be. My man looks at me. I'm not going to say his name, it's very well known. He says, I just want to remind you, you get one chance in this industry. You're 4 months into your career, and the BBC have commissioned you a show. Good luck. Yeah? That's what Cuz said to me. Yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm saying, man, Joda, put the oven, don't worry. Okay, let me show you what's going on. I'm so glad he said it, because when we made is what I really wanted to make.
Okay.
And Tez was a huge part of that, and the whole cast, Tolly was a huge part of that. I said to them, they don't really know what it is. I tell you the truth, boys, I think I know what I want it to be. All I want is us, man, to just have fun. I was doing, that's producing, by the way, for people who listen to this.
Yeah.
That's what producing is, but I'm doing it. I don't know what a producer is, bro. Tolu, Tez turned up set first day. Auntie comes, she goes, would you like sides? Tolu goes, nah, I had my breakfast too. we didn't know what's going on.
I didn't know what sides was either. It's the same thing when you go on set. It's like, you got some sides for you. I said, what's this? What's this, man?
Sides, bro. I'm so glad I told you
man.
Wait, but years later, you asked, like, have I been through that? Yeah, because years later, he was in the audience and I was doing a Q&A. And I retold this story, but I said, and they were like, oh, Guz. And how did you feel about that? I was like, well, ask him. He's here.
Yeah.
Mum was like, I never did that. I was like,
you're like, come on, man.
I was like, yes, you did do that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I say this because maybe someone's listening to this and they feel like you have to bend and mold to this industry. Bro, why would you, brother or sister, let yourself be changed for the purpose and the will of people who are business people at the end of the day? This is a commercial industry. In America, you know what I like about America? Show business. They say that word explicitly. You've got plenty of show. Where's the business? Right?
If you don't know the business,
If you don't know the business,
bruv, it's in and out, boy. Because then some people, what I've always noticed with America is when you go there, it's like you can tell them the artistry, and they're all like, "Oh my God, it's great. It's amazing, man. Oh my God, wow." When it comes to the business side of it, and you're like, "Hang on, I ain't making any money from this, you know." No, but honestly, like, it's great. You're like, yeah, let's have a proper conversation.
We'll circle back. That's what they must say.
Yeah,
we'll circle back.
So, like, when you get Man Like Mobeen commissioned, I felt like that for you is a chance for, like, really to show yourself in your original light, but also get people to watch it and be like, oh, like, I relate to this in terms of comedy. That's like, oh, this is like someone that I see myself in.
I had one aim, and I remember thinking that when even in the first series of Man Like Mobeen, it's only 4 episodes, I think it was, but I remember thinking this is all gonna go away anyway, bang on, and I'm gonna have it as a memory and something that we did. But I was so focused on making something that had characters that were like real, that it was my only aim. So there was no conversation of series 2. There was no conversation of do you think it's gonna be poppy? Nothing more. I was that first season, I was like, I don't know what it's gonna become of it, but in the last episode I want to be sitting in the back of a van with a far right wing nationalist and I want to have it out with him. And they were like, right. Right. You've been commissioned a sitcom here. And I was like, nah, I know, but like you can have funny conversation, but I want to be in the back of this van with this guy because that's really what's happening in our ends and on the street. There was lots of protests and counter-protests in the West Midlands about how Muslims are terrorists, how Muslims are a scourge on the society, and lo and behold, bro, 10 years later, cyclical. Everything's cyclical. It's the same thing again. And I remember making it thinking, yeah, it's going to be funny, but I want to say the things that probably no one's going to get to say again. So in that episode, I was talking about terrorism. They was talking about grooming gangs. We was talking about everything. We were rebutting this guy like, yeah, but in a funny way. And I got to and I was I was just so happy. My best mate Lumbo was with me there. And I was just happy like, oh man, that's mad, isn't it? Like, at least no matter what happens, we've got to say these things. And it went on BBC, and our gang would be like, yeah, because that's what I feel, bro. That's what I'm feeling, man. I'm feeling that. I could never, ever, still today, it's a shock to me, like that show, what it means to people, how many people it brought together, how on TV, me and Tolu play best friends in the West Midlands. South Asian and black boys grow up together like this. Yeah, you are friends. You're learning each other's languages, cultures. It's nothing in it. Man, you know, man's are saying words you probably shouldn't say, and it's just like, that's my brother. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. And I was so happy that these things were shown on TV. I'm thinking, there are 4 episodes. No matter what happens, it doesn't matter because I said what I wanted to say. I told the kind of comedy I wanted to tell, and bro. That show, I can tell you, bro, like how much people over the years have said, I didn't talk to my dad for a long time. And then man was like, have you seen this show? He's like, oh yeah, I actually find that quite funny. Like those things really matter to me because like, that's when you realize, oh, this ain't just comedy, Mo. Someone sits down and watch your special on Netflix. Music thinking this guy telling jokes and you're telling a story.
Yeah.
Man, no, people are actually like rekindling family relationships over something that we put out in the world. That's mad to me, bro. So, and going back to what you asked me, Man Like Mobeen was the first time I think that a Pakistani British Muslim could show his world, because there was Citizen Khan. And big up Adil Ray. I was very critical of him in that show, but he's matured as a person, I think, and he's doing journalism now. Very intelligent guy. But Citizen Khan was a caricature, right? This was getting man laughing at us, not with us. And so I was so desperate to get that right, to the point that Jill Isles, who's the producer of that show, I took her and the director of the show to Small Heath. And I said, before we make any shows, can you just talk to the people? And we walked the streets of Small Heath and we spoke to the people of Small Heath, and they told them everything about why they hadn't liked the way they've been showcased before. And I have to give big love and respect to them, because they didn't have to do that. They could just, I'm busy, don't have time for that. But all those foundations were so important to me, because I was like, there must be a reason why we don't, any of us, I mean, our community, your community, we don't get shown on TV properly. And it's because I feel like nobody does the due diligence bit first.
Yeah.
Right? When you want to make jokes about, someone wants to come make jokes about our communities, we love to laugh. I think that's the biggest headache that we get. People say, oh no, very insular. No, we love them. We're human beings, bro. We love to laugh. You just got to do it in a truthful way. Mobeen is a drug dealer. He's essentially a single dad to his sister. Like, his parents have dipped and left. Like, oh no, I don't want to say that. That's not very nice. He's real, ain't he? He's looking after his sister. That's what our ends like. But as long as it's truthful, I think as long as it's rooted in reality, people will adopt it, bro. And I just, for sure, Pack Stories changed my life. Man Like Mobeen changed my life. And the thing I like most about Man Like Mobeen, bro, in terms of the amount of people it brought together, like, it's crazy, bro. Man stopping beef, and man, like, it's mad. It's like, what's going on?
Where have you been in the world where someone has not so much recognised you, but has quoted or said, or even been like some people must be like, I'm Mobeen. That's like, where's the wildest place you think you've been?
The first thing that comes to my head is I was in an obscure discount Nike outlet in California. I'm with my wife and 3 kids at the time, has 4. The newest baby had just come. Anyway, she's pushing a buggy. I'm with the 3. Now, these brothers, bald heads, face tattoos, Mexicans, yeah, bro, they're standing like, look, they're standing, you know how you would imagine in your head, you can see them in it, shorts, everything, yeah? Look, bro, like this, and I'm like, today my last day. Today I'm finished. I came to America to film a show, but I'm going to die at the hand of this Mexican gangster, yeah? So I'm walking quick now, and he said, hey, let me talk to you, man. Bro, wallahi, Mo, I was like, today is jihad or death. Today, this is the only options. I put the kids in the car, I slammed the door, and I turned around and I said, what's the problem? He went, man, you're running, man. And I was like, yeah. Your voice so creaky. Yeah, I'm running, I'm going to put my kids in the car. What's the problem, brother? What's the problem? He went, we don't want you to say, man like Mobeen's crazy, man.
Oh, shit.
Wallah, bro, my asshole unclenched, bro. My asshole was, you could have fit a truck up there, because I'm like, oh, bro, Mo, he goes, bro, my house uncle Shady. Shady crazy, man. Bro, and it was so surreal that I got in the car, my missus is like, and I was like, they like Man Like Mobeen. She was like, shut up, bro. I could not, bro, it was such an obscure part of California. I could never have thought it. Like, that, obviously, culturally, these guys are different to me. They're not Pakistani. You know all the things you think in your head. Oh, yeah, someone from England, you're going to spot you. Bro, I couldn't believe it. He knew storylines. He wanted to know about the characters. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh, shit. When you make something that's good, it doesn't matter if the industry we're in likes it. I don't know if the industry likes Man Like Mobeen.
Yeah.
But bro, if I got Mexican gangsters in obscure parts of California saying I spent, because he gave me the whole explanation. He said he looked after his little sister. He went to prison. And I was like, whoa, who could have ever thought?
Yeah.
Mo, who could have ever thought?
That's what's mad about the job that we get to do. We make something that's funny and provides humour, but the laugh can go, you don't know where it goes.
Nah.
And sometimes I think you can take for granted of like, like I do this thing and I'm on TV, and for every person being like, oh, what's happening, guys? You all right, mate? Yeah. It's someone who you're like, oh, I'm with the kids. I'm not on. I'm just being dad today. and someone stops you and said, "No, I know you and I've connected with your stuff," and you're like, "What?" Especially, I guess it's in the places where you least expect it. That's like one of the best things I think I'm able to do in my job, you know.
And I think we're going to have something in common in this sense that we both would have spent time over this last 10 years with people who are like famous. Maybe they're famous because they're a brilliant athlete or a brilliant singer or a brilliant actor. I've been with them, and I know you're going to have felt this as well. But when man stop us, bro, it's stopping you like they're your cousin, bro. Do you understand? It's much deeper. They've not fallen in love with the role. They're falling in love with Mo Gilligan, right? So I give you never met them. You met two of my kids, you met my missus. But if I was like, and you're watching something, like my eldest, she'd be like, "Oh, he's really funny. He seems like a really cool guy." That's a blessing, bro.
Yeah,
right? That's a blessing. Because we're not Daniel Day-Lewis, cuz. Yeah? You know, doing all them films and legs all chopped off and your arm chopped off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's a real blessing, bro, because it's a testament to your what you've put out in the world. And I think, like, I never want that to change. Like, we know this for a long time. I know in your core, you're still that same guy. I 99% think I'm that same guy. And, like, that's important. You can come into this industry and not be a dickhead.
Yeah.
You can come into this industry and not switch on everybody. I'm still around. You want to chat to me? Yeah. I'm here, bro. I can't pay all your mortgage, but like, you want to go out for dinner? You want to?
Yeah.
We get some time. Like that's so important. And in that sense, maybe we're the first of our generation that's like come from a working class, like lads of color in the UK to this. I think we're probably the first comedically, anyway.
I definitely think we're probably like. I always look at it as like probably maybe fourth generation, in a sense where we're in like our 30s, but also we have a generation before us who are younger, who are like, like I've grown up watching you purely on social media. Yeah. Then we have this other audience who was like, I remember the people before you who was on television, but now you're of a generation where I'm 10 years older than you. I didn't see people do what you lot get to do though. I didn't see that freedom. Yeah. And I think that's where sometimes I stop and I'm like, oh right, I didn't look at it from the perspective of someone that's much older than me. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, bro, you think we could have anyone on TV saying tuck your mum down the camera? Like that was not a thing that we was ever able to do.
Remember, bro, last time we did your show together, and we always make a habit of saying well gone before we go, before we leave, because that's also this is culturally who we are as well. It's like we did the show, but I want to check in with you just even 2 minutes. You're good, mom, you know, all this stuff. And like I remember, like you were tired because this is what people forget. This job is very tiring. It's a very emotionally, physically draining and intense vocation. Shut up, guys, you're so lucky. No, okay, come do it for a week. Because come and do the job for a week, then tell me about how lucky you are. You be the first thing, bro, I'm going back to prison, fuck this, man. So you did it, and I remember looking and you look so tired, and I remember thinking, man, because myself, I was feeling like that 2 weeks before after finishing off set, and I was like, this game is mad. Because who can we even talk to? I'm gonna pick up the phone to Lumbu, and Lumbu's in Cov doing deliveries and working, and I say, Lumbu, I'm just really drained this week. I was like, is it? You're drained. You're drained. You're yard sick though. Okay, Lumbu. Thank you. How many people can you interact? This game is about creating brilliant stuff and putting it out into the world. Otherwise, we wouldn't get any recognition. You have to do it. But I'm as happy for you when you say you got a new show. Bro, I'm even happy if you were to call me and say, bro, I just purchased this property. I'm like, yes. Why am I happy, bro? Because you see that, I'm like, because you see that property purchase is now going to become generational wealth because your children will get it. And within a couple of generations, you hopefully say, oh my God, we've gone from my mom living in Yardley Street flats. It's the flats where my sisters were raised, council flats that her grandkids know that it's now their responsibility not to piss whatever we do away, to grow it, to give back. That is for me one of the most important things that people don't really talk about in our industry, but the people who commission us our shows, they care about it. Right? CEOs, CFOs, they care about it. Oh, Mo's invested in Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I fancy doing a bit of work with Mo. Smart boy. This is important, bro. No one talks about this stuff. Let me tell you, write funny jokes. Yeah, but bro, I've got this really good idea. Oh, but did you hear Mo? Fucking hell. He's done really well in the crypto space. I'd love to make a show with him. This is part of the game, bro.
It's so true, you know. Because you tell them, I bought a house now. And they're like, oh, wow.
Wow. Where? You're joking. Wow. Bro, bad one. So, Gus, you've been spending a lot of time in the Middle East, have you? Yeah, no, I've ventured out into some restaurants. Really? Tell me, what kind of food is it? Oh, it's like fusion. How many? Oh, it's about 6 different chains. My God. Let's talk about that commission.
Because I guess it's like for them, they're like, okay, cool, you serious? I think it comes from that as well.
Yes, bro.
Because that's the business side. That's we don't think of that, but they definitely do. They're gonna be like, well, we're gonna give someone a show.
Bro, successful people are enamored by success, right? They look at us doing stand-up, and I still believe stand-up is the truest art form on planet Earth. You can act, you can play football, you can hoop basketballs. Stand-up is a different thing.
Oh, no, it's a different beast, man.
Different beast. So we've got them. Like, oh, they're talented. Oh, they're fucking talented because they can go out on stage for an hour plus and entertain people. When you mix in that we took the money that we made and we invested it into property. Now there's multiple property. Now we're in this business venture over here. Mo, I feel like people need to know this. It's mad. That gives you a stronger command of your own career. I find that in my own career, bro. People are like, I haven't really seen you for a bit. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm busy on this venture outside this, like a genuine thing.
Yeah. I remember once where I'd done a show with you. I don't know if you remember this. And I think it might have been the last time I seen you. And we'd done a show together. And it was so mad because we never spoke about it. We haven't, and even to this day. But I remember how I felt on the show. And I know that you was the only person that was like, yeah, you man are violating the thing. But you didn't say it, I didn't say it, but I know that you felt it.
Oh, yeah. You know, bro, no, wallahi. Bro, Allah's my witness, yeah? Listen to me. You know, far I went yard.
Yeah.
You know, far I went yard.
Yeah.
That man never invited me back on the team. I don't think after that. Yeah? No. I never got invited back on the team after that. Yeah. So I went and I stuck it on, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's mad because we've never spoke about this, but also I know. Do you remember when we had to walk through the back of the set and then back to our changing rooms? And I think it was just me and you. And we walked.
Yeah.
None of us said anything, but we both thought the same thing. And it was my realization of like being in television. And sometimes it's like you can do the thing and you're like, oh, I'm on set and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes it's being around certain people where you're like, I know it's not just me feeling and experiencing this, because I also know that you don't even need to say nothing, but I know that you know what I know. Does that make sense? And that's why it's so important to be in the room where you're like, oh, I'm in the room, but like, are my people here in the room with me? Because I think that's the difference when you get into television or you do stand-up and you get the commissions and you sit there and you're like, something don't feel right. And it could be a look, it could be something, and then you're like, it weren't just me. It's not my paranoia.
You know what's really sad about that is like, I always try and give like a percentage of that comprehension to, is it me? Like you just said, paranoia is the key word, right?
Yeah,
so when I'm in a situation, I forget like this industry, even in life as well, roads, everything. You're like, I'm feeling para here. Am I going to mess this up because it's me, or is there actually something going on? But I feel like, in particular in that moment, all it would have taken is somebody with a conscience to be able to say, right?
Yeah.
And that is one thing that I am prescribed to ensure that I do spiritually. I mean, from a faith point of view, that if I can see a brother or a sister, yeah. And by the way, when people hear that term, that's any human being. By the way, if I see a brother or sister who is clearly uncomfortable, in need of, you stop and you say, what? Let's facilitate this in a different way.
Yeah.
That, unfortunately, whether someone considers themselves hyper-liberal, right? Because, you know, oh, I'm lovely. I believe in everything and everybody. I'm like, really? Yeah. Not right now. Could you miss it? Oh, really? Are you hyper-liberal, are you, miss? Because you don't give a shit right now. Guys, 12 minutes left. He's dying. I don't give a fuck. 12 minutes left. No, he's dead. Oh, fuck it. Get somebody else. 12 minutes left. Testing game we working, bro.
But you know what I have to rate for you though, for cuz is like how your ability of doing what you do on stage, whether it's like TV shows, you're always yourself. Very stylish as well. I know you like your Maharishi and your Nike crepes and stuff.
A little bit.
Do you know what I mean?
I do like a little more.
But like also like in terms of acting roles, like your credits are crediting, bruv. You know what's crazy is I watched The Gentleman. I didn't even know you was in that, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know you was in that, bruv. And I said, I remember watching that, rah, Guz Khan is in this, you know? I'm buckled out. But like your ability to like I don't know how you pick your roles, and I know what it's like when you got to do the self-tapings, like there's this thing and rare tear, but like you have a really good ability of like one being yourself in stuff, but also how you lend yourself to acting where you can be very funny and you can read the lines and read the roles. And also I guess it's like there's a lot of people that are seeing themselves like in positions that you're in and being like, oh rah, like that's guys with Idris Elba. And you know, in spaces that even me, again, I didn't even know he was in The Gentleman because I got into it late, but then when I watched it I said, rotted, Guz is in there, you know? And there's him asking me about dogs and that, bruv. I said, rah. Like, so how do you find it like when you are on some of those sets and have those pinch me moments where you're like, rah, look at what I'm doing. This is different to stand up, but this is like where stand up has kind of got me in some ways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bringing that energy to set, they're amazing for like whether it's Kaya or Theo or these are Hollywood A-list unbelievable performers. You know what we know? It's the same thing that they know. They're just people too, bro. That when we come to set and we're delivering funny lines and improvising with people, bro, they might have gone 5 weeks where they're just doing bar for bar for bar. That's quite, you know, it produces something brilliant, but it's not spark, it's not magic.
Yeah.
And there's a few times I'm acting opposite Keegan Michael Key, and this guy to me, these are funny people, bro. Me and Samson are sat here on the chair. Me and Samson are just just talking, chatting shit. Like Keegan Michael Key's here. And now we're riffing with him together. And Karen Pedro Pascal over there busting up laughing. Like, this is not normal, ain't it, right? It's not normal. But what like in these moments, what makes me feel comfortable is I know that someone's here with me and we're doing this together. In that moment, on that movie, Judd Apatow thing, me and Samson. On The Gentleman thing, it was me and Adam. In Man Like Mobeen, it would have been Tez or Tolu. I tend to try and pick a project that I know we're going to be able to be like authentically, comedically ourselves. So if somebody wants me to come and do a serious drama, a few occasions you have to reject that stuff. Why, Mo? You really good opportunity, but why? But I don't fancy 4 months of my life. Every day with, we have to get the sequence of words in order. Guys, we've done this 14 times and you've not delivered the line correctly. I'm not that guy. Leave that to them, man. There.
Yeah. It's mad because as a comic, when you deliver a line, you're like, I got a funny way I can do this line.
It is.
Bro, when you're like, and cut, and the director goes, yeah, if you can just do it how we've said it, and you're like, oh, man. This is boo, man. Oh, man.
And respect. Bro, me and you will give respect to them, man, who can go 6 months of a project and do every bar as it was written, yeah? And then what happens is, them man belly up A week after it comes out. And they say, you know what they say? Oh, God. Not very good, is it? Like, that's because you said every word.
Yeah.
How they told you to say it.
Yeah.
If you'd have given me, I would have told you it wasn't going to go very well, brother. Like, me and you, we're trying to help you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to help me. We're the gentlemen. I love that. They gave me the role. This role was written for somebody else, bro. This was not me.
Yeah,
The character was in their 60s and and I was like, listen, I loved Snatch. It's one of the best. Just let me come on, play a little bit.
You said it to Garage?
To the whole team. I said,
Yeah.
you got to let me come play a little bit. And you know what the man said? Come on.
I swear.
There's bare bar, bro. I'm calling Theo James' sister fucker in Punjabi, bro. The man don't know about this stuff, bro. Like, but credit to them because that's why the show is good. When you're looking at all these people in that show and it's a fun show, because people was having fun. They weren't getting Mo Gilligan in for the day saying, Mo, and is in this part of the sentence. Can you just say and? Mo Gilligan wants to go home.
Yeah.
Why you brought me here to do this stuff?
It's mad because when you're on set as well, and you're just like, and I feel like the other actors can see, they're like, yeah, man, this is what we got to deal with, and you're like, I get it, I get that we have to do the line so you have it, but it needs a bit of flavour. Do you know what I mean,
bro? Imagine I invite you to Man Like Mobeen, the movie, and say, Mo, you're playing this role. But what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to say everything as it's written. Why did I call you, bro?
Yeah.
I've invited you because you have extreme talents in your field. Now come show me, cuz.
Yeah.
Imagine there's a difference between come and do this and then come show me, bro. Anyone who's been on Man Like Mobeen the whole time knows that they got invited to set and there's bars.
Yeah.
But if you got something better, oh man, let me hear it.
Just do it in the
let me hear it. Shut up, can I do it right now?
Yeah.
There's a difference, Mo. Like, and the people will say, no, but like you took time writing. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Who cares if I took time writing it? This individual is here in this moment and they are shelling. Shell more.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to get your lines. Fuck it. I'm tired anyway. Let him shell. The benefit is for everybody, for that person, for the show, for the audience. That's the magic to me, bro. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, me, Samson, we're in that cat. It's mad. Me and Samson in that cat. Keegan Michael Key, Karen Gillan, Leslie Mann, Fred Armas, all these massive names, bro. Me and Samson didn't sit there and say, shall we? I don't know. Is it the right time to just do a bit of improv? Me and him were like, what happens? You get a tap on. I'm going to need you to do that again tomorrow. Why? Because this script here, I'm not too sure about this. Make sure you shell tomorrow. You're building your performer. You're making a better show. You're getting a better scene. That, to me, that's the way to make TV, bro. It's just the way to make movies. You get what I mean? Especially comedic stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the writer's ego as well. Where the writer's like, oh, I didn't write it like that. And you're like, but I got cast in it, so it's too late, bro. It's too late. You're gonna decast me. It's like, come on, man, but you gotta laugh. You know, like when you're in the room and like everyone's there. It's like, hi, I'm exec. Hi, I'm the director. And you're in the room where I feel like that's more tense than being on set. I find when there's a writer's room and everyone's in there, you've got everyone from everywhere. It's so tense because it's just like, oh, okay, all right, everyone's really here. Why is it so tense? Because on set, it just vibes.
Yeah.
But in that room where everyone's got their little thing folded down with their name.
Oh, no, but you have to remember those moments are extremely pressureful because I've seen it in my own life once. So, brilliant actress, really funny. And we're doing this table read, and I didn't quite get it. Why everyone's so tense? Bro, I really mean it. And the Zoom's on, and there's people listening from America, and you've got, hey, the execs are here, Damon's here. Who the fuck's Damon, blood? Who the fuck is Damon, blood? Why is everyone shitting it from Damon? He's not even in the room, bro. Yeah? Damon's here. So everyone does this read through. The bars are not good enough. But everybody, for some reason, keeps looking at this lead actress and going, and I'm like, Why you keep shaking your head at her? I'm doing these bars. They stink. You laughing, but they're stinky bars, bro. Right? Gets to the end of that. 10 minutes after we did that table read, they recast her. Off you go.
Is it?
The next table read we came in, there's a new actress. Brilliant, amazing person. So good. But that, Mo, is the game that we play that people don't realise. That actress was sat there and I was like, what is this fucking, what's stressing table read? Because clearly some things had gone on previously. There'd been some conversations outside that. But it's such a ruthless thing that, bro, like, you know some called Man Like Mobeen?
Yeah.
And they're not great. They're not getting sacked, bro. That's on me to figure out a way to facilitate their talent in whatever way that is. Imagine, bro, this is the game we're in. Me and you could be sat there. We got a new buddy cop thing. And if somebody decides, that's it, you're gone. That's not moral. That's so rude. Do you get what I mean? And it was no fault of that. I have to say, because obviously some people got things going on. Or no fault of that individual. You've given that person something to work with that's not great in the first place, and now you're sticking it on them that it didn't work. And so when I'm seeing these things, Mo, in this last 10 years of my career, I'm learning quickly. Oh, that's how it really is that fickle. So, bro, as important as it is for me to get these bars right and make television shows, I best make sure I invest in that next property, bro. I best make sure that I listen to that venture over here and I say, yeah, I'd like to be a minority investor in that. Because, bro, we don't know what tomorrow holds, bro. And that, I suppose, in the context of this industry, people need to be aware, especially the young people coming through. Lots of people who, I mean, they certainly don't have to do what me and you did, because now a lot of people can just go and get a brand deal with a huge gambling corporation, right? And now they can stream all day, and now they're earning loads of money through that. So there's different avenues that weren't there when me and you started. You couldn't just turn the camera on all the time and do live streams, bro. Me and you might have been, you never know, innit? Streamers. You could have been. You just don't know how it could have been. But in this game, like, we have to encourage anybody who's coming through the door, like, yo, get your house in order first. Don't ever listen to an agent or a manager that tells you, you don't need to pay off the mortgage. You've got your whole career. Guys, if you've got the means and you want to pay off your mortgage, do that. Because your agent, manager, friend, they're not going to be there when it goes wrong. You know what's going to be there? Your house. Paid off. You understand what I mean, bro?
No, it's so vital, because I feel like once you get into this world, you get into a world where you're like, okay, cool, I'm earning a bit of money, I want to invest it. And it's like the volatility of how you can be on something. I remember watching a film recently and someone told me, there was like, oh, that person who's meant to be in the film, you know that they filmed it and all that person's scenes got cut. I couldn't believe it, bruv. It was like, no, we fully filmed it and all the scenes got cut. And it's one thing going to the table read and you're like, cool, we're getting changed. But also knowing, you're like, yeah, I told all my family I was going to be in this. I filmed this for almost 2 years. And due to other decisions, the scenes aren't there. And even other actors that I know and they've told me, it's like, yeah, like that's what happens. Like if they cut it, they just cut it.
Well, I'll give you one thing, because it's truthful, just in this vein. I was on a show. The episodic fee was like, you get guaranteed the amount of episodes you're going to be in, was a life-changing amount of money. I did the first series. Knew something wasn't right. Get a phone call. 12:30 a.m. from my agents. I was like, what's this, bro? Pissed, vexed, upset. Cut you from the show. Like, yeah? You're gone from the show. Any particular reason? We're going to get to the bottom of it. I goes, don't worry about getting to the bottom of it. I said, don't worry about it. This is where faith obviously plays a part. I said, whatever's coming to me is written for me. What is written for you will never pass you by. But conversely, what wasn't meant for you, you can chase, run. I want this. It's never going to come to you if it's not written for you. And it was a life-changing amount of money. But I remember I put the phone down. I'm moving to Mrs. like, you okay? Because I was preparing to like visas and like maybe move the kids out there to go to school because it's 6 months. And just in a night, it goes like that, right? Every single one of these experiences, bro, I've never been like, oh, wait. You just realize, oh, okay. We have to make sure that we, as individuals, are setting our bases. Mo, no one's going to come and do it for you, bro. No one's going to come and do it for me. You've got to do it ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's so important because, like, the culture of this industry, how it operates sometimes, how we can be the favourites in January, and by September, you're unemployable. You're never going to get employed again. That is the frames of reference in which we operate. And to understand that you can be a person who's on your best behaviour, but if someone takes a negative view of you or who you or what you are, what you represent, it can be game over, bro. And for anybody new who's coming into this game, understand, my guy, my sister, whoever you are, when you get your bread, you make sure you're sensible on that first run. You make sure you're sensible on that second run. Have a bit of fun on the third run, no problem, mate. Yeah, go on, get it. Go on, go get a Bentley. Get a Bentley, Shane, go on. If you're doing that well. But the first couple of runs, re-up. When you do the re-up, then decide how much fun you can have. Because, bro, this game is crazy.
Yeah. How do you start looking at, like, later life now? Because, like, where you've got, like, 5 kids and you're very successful in your job and you have, like, you know, you have so many different things you can do where you have stand-up, you know, you're acting, you have your different ventures. You know, how would you teach your younger self later in life when it comes to who Guz Khan is and what he represents and what he stands for?
I'll go full circle back to what I was talking to you about right at the beginning when we were talking, bro, about how I wake up often and have always my whole life knowing that this life is fleeting. In Islamic theology, it says that this dunya, this world, is an illusion. In the sense that in this world, a man or a woman can build their wealth, their reputation, their family, everything around them. You can curate it, smash it. I've done it. But none of it, the material stuff, is going to go with you. And I see my eldest, she's 15, my youngest is 11 months, and the 3 boys in between. I know, I blinked my eyes, and my daughter was this big, Mo. She was this big, and I was thinking, I gotta make it like for this family. I open my eyes now, she's 5'8", she's 15 years old, she's gonna be a woman. Next time I blink my eyes, bro, she might have a family, right? The next 10 years that goes, she might be a mother, she might be any number of things. That in this next part of my life, I have to make sure that I'm preparing myself for the eventuality that comes to every human being. I've never met somebody who's in this could be the last part of my life, Mo. I've done 40 years. Alhamdulillah, all grace due to God. But between 40 and 60, Mo, it's not like, when you start talking about them ages, it's not rare that people just go.
Yeah.
Right? That you're going to get a call one day and be like, yo, man, Guz ain't here no more. Passed away, heart attack, cancer, whatever it might be. That this next chapter is to continue to have fun. I'm always going to have fun. That means smiling, laughing, giving good energy, and looking for that in other people too. Like, I want that too. I love that, bro. We love when people make us laugh. People forget. It was like, you might want to make people laugh. I'm like, I want to laugh too, man. You know? Come on, entertain me. Say something silly, bro. I want to be laughing too. But to prepare myself and hopefully my children, that if we're talking about legacies, of course we can have legacies in work and production companies and making sure you make great content and leave it for the world. We've done that. Alhamdulillah. Me and you have both done that already. Man Like Mobeen, stand-up comedy, your show, whatever it might be, we've kind of done that, right?
Yeah.
This last part is trying to dedicate my time to being the best version of what is being asked of me. I'm a Muslim. The best version of a Muslim is somebody who is giving their time in prayer, who's giving their time to their family, who's giving their time to their community. What does the community mean, by the way? Some people are like, oh yeah, of course you're going to help the fucking Muslims out, mate. You're a fucking Muslim yourself. No. I mean anybody in my community of human beings that needs guidance or assistance, I have to make sure I do that. Because now, especially now, I'm like, bro, me and you can go and make a new show and we can make lots of money and da-da-da-da. But I also know that the time that having finances and stability gives you is the biggest blessing. It's never the money. Money's never, bro, wallahi. Whether it was roads or now, money has never given me happiness. What it has done is allowed me to facilitate that holiday there and everyone had a great time. Buy that house there and everybody come together. Like, this is uncle, I'm uncle now. This is Uncle Guz's. I'm going to come here. We're going to chill. The money provides you the chance to give people and yourself experiences. And so to just make sure I don't get caught up in the dunya, this illusion of like, Guz, mate, you're great, gentleman. I reckon if you get in shape, buddy, get you to lead in this thing. Cool. Cool, man. You see me get a 6-pack. Keep it, bro.
Yeah.
I got 5 kids. I got missus. I got a mom. I got sisters, nieces, nephews, friends. There's a lot to life, and knowing within the context of that when people talk about worship, you're also rewarded for your intentions, and smiling in Islam is a form of worship. Imagine that. It's like it's a charitable thing. You smile to somebody. You don't have to make them just smile at somebody. Bro, usually, unless you're looking like a pervert, which can happen, you make somebody feel really good. Look, somebody just walking, they're looking straight, you're like, and someone's like, these are the things I want to focus on. Take myself out of this world too much, bro. And I know that's gonna sound hypocritical compared to what I was talking about. Be sensible, invest your money. But you asked about me. Me is to be less concerned with this dunya and more concerned with, if God gives me another 10 years on planet Earth, did I waste it chasing like this gig here or that job there? Would I really do something of value? Do my sons have respect? Does my daughter have respect? These are the things that I feel like are really important. And I know I don't want to sound like a wanker, because I have the money to think about that. Whereas my mom was worried about, I got to work to put this bread on the table. But I mean, in my spoiled life, right? Me. The true marker I think of me as a man is going to be how much I can give back and dedicate to this last part. And I really mean that. I don't want anyone to think, oh, isn't that sad? Bro, it's a blessing. If I get to 60 years old, my father didn't see 36, right? If I get to 60 years old, what a journey, bro. What a blessing. And to be grateful, like trying to be, I always thought about this, if I get the bad news that I have some crazy health condition, that my faith is telling me that in the good times and the bad times, you say, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, the translation is all praise, the greatness of God, all praise is due to God in the good times and the bad times. And I hope in this final chapter of my life, 40 years old to 60 to 70, whatever I've got left on this planet, that I do the service and due diligence to that part of it, for sure.
Right, Guz, man, I feel like we could sit here for another.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I've been taking too much of your time, bro.
No. Of course. I think, as I said, like before we started, this has been so overdue, man. I just feel like you're very like sincere, pure soul. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I pray, and
yeah, man.
And you know, bro. I know, and I have to tell you something. I was so happy. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying in my head, but I'm sure I saw it. You posted a quote on Instagram. I liked it straight away, and it was a quote from gospel or Bible. You posted it on your stories or something. It was something faith-based on your stories, bro. Recently? I can't remember the time, but I remember sitting there, and I remember it because my missus looking at me, because I was looking at the post or something. I was smiling, like a big smile. You know, like the whole, you get smiles because you're laughing, and you get smiles because you're happy. I'm like, yo, she's like, what are you smiling at? Yeah? And I was like, nah, man, this brother's. I knew, that security in your soul, bro. Like, if you ask me now, Guz is your brother, what do I want? I do want all the things in this dunya for you. But I want things in the hereafter for you even more. And your children and your mother and your partner, all of it. And like, that's the bit that's not, like, I say that to you from my heart because that's what I genuinely mean. That's not a... And I know some people be stupid because they're just bothered about the world, but that means more to me than the worldly things too, basically.
No, I appreciate you guys, man.
Of course, bro.
Really, this has been your beginning. Middle and end. Thank you very much.
Thank
bro.
you, guys. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. Now, a lot goes into making each episode. I know you hear my voice, but there's a team behind the scenes who help make it. And if you did enjoy it, I'd really, really appreciate if you could show the love to them by giving us 5 stars. And if you also have the time, please leave us a review. It's always appreciated, and we love reading the comments. And of course, we want to keep making it better. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. Peace.